Fortnite! You play Fortnite? Yeah, you play Fortnite. Today we're going to be talking about Fortnite. As you know, Fortnite is the most popular thing to ever exist. And as you know, the media hates popular things. So, Good Morning America decides to go and make a video on how Fortnite is going to kill your kids and, make them worship Satan and stuff. So, let's just check it out.
Our GMA cover story.
That was a very good cut in the beginning.
Our GMA cover story.
How hard is it to cut a clip at the correct time?
Parenting alert about a popular video game so many kids are playing.
That's right, Robin. Video games are facing some new scrutiny this morning.
Because that doesn't happen constantly.
President Trump has announced he's meeting with video game executives next week to discuss violent content following the deadly Florida school shooting.
Trust me, school shootings are caused by Fortnite. Direct cause. Listen, if you shoot someone in the video game, you're going to want to go and do that in the real life. That's how it works.
This is a new game called FORTNITE, is drawing millions of players, and some parents are worrying their kids are spending way too much time at the controls.
Yeah, they're spending way too much time. I don't want to tell my kids to get off. Also, what's with that dramatic shot? That's why I'm holding the Joy-Cons. Like, see this? It's going to kill your kids. Like, what?
It's the online game that has fans in a frenzy.
Why are they showing, very, very old footage of Fortnite?
Fortnite's objective? Players in the game's free Battle Royale version join teams and battle up to 100 others to be the last person standing. The multiplayer melee drawing comparisons to blockbuster franchise The Hunger Games.
I volunteer as tribute.
How does showing a clip of Katniss saying I volunteer as tribute help their point or relate to anything whatsoever? Like, what's the point? This is the thing about videos like this. Like, they just don't know what they're doing, so they just add random unnecessary clips. Like, this whole thing just bothers me so much.
With millions of users, from kids to even celebrities.
The kid.
You so fucking precious when you
Over 40 million people in America play this game.
And now we have a literal watermelon here to teach us about Fortnite.
The crazy part is, chances are you know somebody who's enjoying it.
The crazy part is, you might know someone who's enjoying a game. Whoa! That's insane, yo!
And with the option for users to buy upgrades and bonus features.
Okay, they don't know what they're talking about whatsoever. There are no upgrades and there are no bonus features. It's all cosmetic. Nothing adds anything to the game. Upgrades and bonus features is a complete misrepresentation. And that's the problem with all these news stories covering YouTube and video games. They're too smaller kinds of media, definitely smaller than movies and TV. So it's easy to kind of misrepresent them because not a lot of people know what they are, or not a lot of older people, like the people that be watching this. So it feels like they're just purposefully painting this in a worse light than it is. Like, oh, your kids are spending money on the stuff they need to spend money on. They're so out of touch and they don't know what they're talking about, but they're trying so hard because they know it's a trending topic.
The company reportedly raking in big bucks off the game's big buzz.
It wouldn't surprise me if they were making hundreds upon hundreds of thousands on any given day. In fact, maybe even over 1 million.
For some parents, Fortnite's popularity is now a cause for concern.
I mean, I just love this game. It's great.
That kid's smiling. Yo, that's what you see before you go to hell. Then that other kid.
I mean, I just love this game. It's great.
Amy Selling says her kids are so caught up in the game, she sometimes won't see them for hours after school.
They use the same shot that they used earlier. Very professional.
They downloaded it around November, December. Around that time, I guess that's when they slowly started to disappear.
That's literally her fault. Tell your kids to get off.
Guys, this is bullshit.
She wrote about her experience in a blog titled, How I Lost My Children to Fortnite. The post garnering big response from other parents across the country.
How I lost my children to Fortnite. Yes, okay, so here's what happened. My kids were all asleep. It was an ungodly hour. It was around 11 p.m. I heard strange footsteps outside my children's room. I go in there, and you know that night guy from Fortnite? Yeah, he was standing there, both the kids under his arm, and he runs. He runs right out with both my children.
Everyone's sort of struggling with the same thing. How much time do we let our children actually play this where they're not fighting and they think they've had enough time and I'm not the bad guy?
I don't want to parent because you don't want to be the bad guy. Now, to me, it just sounds like this lady is a bad parent.
And it's not only Fortnite. Just this year, in a controversial decision, the World Health Organization officially recognized gaming disorder as a mental health issue.
Okay, we're not talking about that. I already made a whole video on it. There's a thing right here.
The American Academy of Pediatrics advises parents to place consistent limits on screen time, making sure it doesn't take the place of adequate sleep, physical activity, and other behaviors essential to health.
That's just kind of stuff you shouldn't let anything take the place of. I made the same point in my my other video talking about this. So basically, anything can be applied to this. You have to do everything in moderation. Okay, the point I'm trying to make here is that this can be applied to anything, and the fact that they're applying it to video games, it feels so easy.
But for worried parents, Fortnite's social aspect may actually have a positive effect.
The beauty of video games is they're moving from being solo experiences to more social experiences that invite people to come together and bond over a shared positive activity.
I think that's literally been happening since like the Super Nintendo days, or even the NES days, multiplayer, even in arcades. Like, social aspect has always been a part of video games.
To further the discussion, let's bring in clinical and sports psychologist Dr. Jonathan Fader.
Oh, here we go. Let's see what Mr. Fader has to say.
And Jonathan, thank you for joining us. From a clinical perspective, what makes this game different than any other games that we've seen?
He is so stoned. Yo, I just smoked 5 blunts for this interview. I don't even give. But anyway, I'm actually going to finish watching the video here because nothing else seems interesting. And I really hope you did enjoy this video. Some of the stuff in here kind of pissed me off, but I think it was entertaining enough. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like. That would help a lot. I have a few more videos coming. Definitely a different kind of video. I have like a kind of like a movie review kind of thing. I have something else. So yeah, I have some plans. I know my uploads haven't been consistent, and I'm sorry, but school. School and just other things. So yeah, my name's Luke. I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.